Hey guys, welcome back to another new video. So in this video, we are going to check out this device. So this one is Samsung Galaxy J2 2015 edition. One of the earliest budget device with AMOLED panel. It still looks good actually. It feels decent enough. And one thing which is still kind of pretty good about this particular device is the display. Although it is 720p and a little smaller size, but it does look good actually. And still pretty usable display. So under the hood, this device is running on Android 5, which is one of the downside of this device actually, which making this device unusable pretty much. So as you can see, it is running on Android 5, but there are custom ROM available for this device. Like you can update this device up to Android 7. So if you are still using this device and if you want a custom ROM review for this device, you can let me know in the comment section below. I will try actually. As you can see here, I have already removed almost most of the pre-installed application, and I did install few games and apps here to try out. So this device got 1 gig of RAM and 8 gig of internal storage. By the way, you can put SD card here. So if you want to use this device as MP3 player, you can use it. It also got 3.5mm headphone jack, which is kind of rare nowadays. And other specification of the device is like it got a 2 megapixel front facing camera and typical Samsung buttons here, and the rear facing camera is 5 megapixel with autofocus, and you can see the flash, and the flash is pretty bright. It is using microUSB port, and it got a single microphone hole, no secondary microphone, and still working pretty well. So in terms of usability of the device, it got 4G LTE, so you can still use this device if you are in Asian country. Maybe in the European country it might not work because although it got 4G, but it's not VoLTE supported device, so it might not work. In terms of watching videos and everything, as you know, you cannot install YouTube here. YouTube does not work on Android 5.1, but you can install NewPipe, which works pretty well, and you can still play 1080p video here. Because of the display, actually the videos look pretty good. I did watch few videos on this device and still usable. And another thing is the speaker. So the speaker quality is quite good. It is rear facing speaker, as you can see here. It sounds good, not really bad, and decent enough, I will say. And in terms of browsing, I didn't install a VIA browser here, but most of the web page it cannot load. You will get like security error in the most of the pages. So in terms of browsing, you can't really browse much here, but most of the simple page it can still load. And in terms of gaming, you see I have installed Temple Run 2 here and Spotify here. Spotify does work, obviously pretty slow. It takes time to load the application. Anyway, it does work, but it takes time. And Temple Run, I did install Temple Run here, which does run well, but it took me around 15 minutes just to install the Temple Run, but it did work pretty well after installing the application. And lastly, the cameras. So as I said, it got 5 megapixel rear facing camera, and it is still usable if you want to take picture. And you do get few modes here like pro mode, which doesn't give you much option, but that's all what you are getting here. No HDR or anything like that, and it also can shoot up to 1720p video. In terms of camera also, it is not really that good for today's time, but if you are looking for a secondary device, this is much better than HMD Touch 4G, which released last month maybe. So that device is pretty much worse than this one. Only benefit you will get if you buy that device is it got LTE support, which this device doesn't support. Other than that, this is much superior device, and pretty much as a secondary device, you can't really go wrong with one of this device. This kind of device actually pretty cheap. Like you can get one of this device only for $20, so quite nice device for that price if you are looking for a secondary device. And one thing which is pretty good about this kind of device is, you will not get any kind of green line here. So although it is an AMOLED panel, but these are not really soft AMOLED like today's one. So these are thick AMOLED panel, so they don't really get lines, but the display do burn in if you like keep the panel on for long time. But no green line issue on this kind of older devices. So that's all about this tiny device. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.